our Community Corner, sponsored by Scandinavian Designs. Neighbor Idaho exists to show every man, woman, and child in our community that they are seen and that they are loved. And that is exactly what founder Daniel Thomas does. So we're joined right now by Daniel, who's going to give us a little more information about this non-for-profit and also how you can get involved and make a positive difference here in our community. Daniel, this is so great to have you here.
Thank you.
Yes, I've really enjoyed just chatting with you before this actual segment to find out. And it is such a beautiful movement that you're creating here. But for those who are not familiar, explain your organization and the services that you provide.
Yes, ma'am. So it's Neighbor Idaho, and this is something that I started back in 2018. So kind of in a nutshell, what happened was I went on a couple different trips out to California. I was out in Fresno, I was out in LA, kind of grown up in Idaho myself. And so what happened was I was going out and I was serving at these places in California, and I saw the homelessness problem. This was kind of like my first time seeing tent cities of people that were like abandoned for miles and miles and miles. And so honestly, it really broke my heart, and I did not want, as being an Idaho native, I don't want Boise to end up like a place like California and things like that. And so quite honestly, God just kind of put it on my heart and gave me this idea just to go out there and just to basically just love people, just to love our neighbors. And so what we do practically is every single month we go out. We have practical things that we can give people that are homeless. So toiletries, food, clothing, and things like that. So we go out there and we will walk around downtown, hand these things out. But really what the whole focus and mission of Neighbor Idaho is to actually show people that, that they are humans and that we actually love them and that we see them. Basically, if you were ever to ask someone that is on the streets, what is one of their biggest kind of concerns, throughout the day. A lot of people are going to say that they feel invisible. And so kind of how we respond to that issue is that, it's as humans, it's really easy for us to see someone that's on the street and be like, oh, they're gonna make me feel uncomfortable, they're gonna ask me for money, they're gonna do something like that. So instead of making people feel invisible, we wanna go up there, look them in the eye, shake their hand, get to know their name. And so we just really feel that generosity opens people's hearts. Yeah. So when we're out there on a summer day and it's 100 degrees, giving them a bottle of water that's nice and cold, or when it's super cold, giving them a coat or some hand warmers, that really opens up their hearts, and then we actually get to know them as a person, and we're just really out there just to build relationships.
That's beautiful. I love that. Okay, and you brought a pack with you. So explain this pack.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. So this is our neighbor pack right here. So what this is just like I kind of said, just some really daily household items, toiletries, things that you might need, if you were out in the streets. So kind of really the whole mission about this is that we want to empower Boise to be able to be neighbors yourself. So like I said, you see someone that's on the street, you're like, oh, I don't really feel comfortable giving them money, or I don't know what to give them. We're gonna be selling these packs actually, and so the idea is that you can maybe like keep this in your car, you keep this like in your glove box. These have some practical needs for people that are on the streets, but even more than that, we wanted to take a step further, and we actually have question prompts in here. So like this one says, if you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go and why? And there's like 3 or 4 different question prompts in here, and so we just really want to empower Boise to be neighbors themselves, to go out and actually garner relationships with people and just see the human first.
I love that. See the human first. That's a beautiful saying. You need to put that on a shirt. It's so true though, right? Yeah, and you don't know what someone's struggle is and why they're truly there. And I think it's so easy for many people to maybe project a preconceived idea on who that person is, why they're in that position, but you really don't know what that journey is and why they're there. This is great. So how do people get those packets?
Yes, so we're going to be selling these on our website. Look out for these at the beginning of next year, but that's going to be on our website at neighboridaho.com.
Neighboridaho.com. Okay, and if people watching want to get involved though, like, do you need more volunteers? Do you need more people?
Yes, we do. So I would say volunteers and donations. So like I said, we go out about once a month and we'll do these outreaches. So volunteers are very helpful. Monetary resources and finances, that really helps. Donations as far as, going now into the winter season, coats are really big, socks are really big, hand warmers are really big. And so if people are wanting to donate, so you can go into our website, neighboridaho.com. There's going to be links to sign up on there. If you've got things to donate, you can even email us as well. Admin@neighboridaho is how you can reach us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. And then also go to your website to figure out how to get one of those packs coming in
Yes, ma'am.
2024. Love the idea of putting that in the car, because so often, you know, you pull up to an intersection, you're not prepared.
Right.
Like maybe someone wants to help, but they're just not prepared.
Exactly.
You can be prepared.
Exactly.
And you can just extend that little piece of love, if you will, right? Awesome. Daniel, thank you so much for what
Yes,
you're doing.
absolutely.
This is beautiful. All right, everyone. I strongly encourage you to reach out and check that out. And everyone, stick around. We have a lot more to come right here on Idaho Today, right after the break, including Cohen Jenkins. He's a curious guy, and he will be challenging himself against an expert in the art of sewing. Do not miss this. It'll make you smile.